You're watching slot videos online and you think to yourself, how do these people win all the time? You walk into a casino, you see somebody get a jackpot and you're like, why can't that be me? What am I doing wrong? Well, there's something that's surprisingly simple that most gamblers tend to overlook when they go into a casino. In today's episode, we're talking about the truth between money and slots. Welcome back everybody to the Cowboy Slot channel. My name's Brantley, I'm a slot technician, and on this channel, I give you guys tips, reviews, and advice on how you can better your slot play and better your time at the casino, all backed by actual technical-based experience working in the industry. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell to stay notified for when the next episodes come out. Winning at slots seems like it should be so simple, especially when you watch videos online. You should just be able to walk into a casino, put your money in the machine, hit the button, and within about 10 minutes or so, get a jackpot, right? It sounds pretty simple and easy. Does this happen? Absolutely it does, but maybe this hasn't happened for you, and you're wondering why. Now, in the introduction, I mentioned that this was something that was pretty basic and straightforward that a lot of people seem to overlook, and I'm sure that after you watch this video and I kind of explain some things and go through, you might think to yourself, yeah, well, I knew all of that information already. But the truth and the fact is that most people, as soon as they walk into a casino, they tend to forget all of this information. All the logic just seems to go right out the window. If you're watching this from home, I hope that you can get a better grasp on it and really try to remember it the next time you go to play. I'll be giving a few great examples in this video, so be sure to follow along. All right, let's start with important point number one, and that is the fact that money, in its very definition, is very subjective. It is a fact that everybody has a different definition of what a lot of money or a little bit of money means to them. As a content creator, I see this all the time, especially in comments, or people come up to me and they say, what is a lot of money, or what is a small budget, or what should I bring with me to the casino? I have met many players that only bring $20 with them to the casino, and bringing any more of that is a stretch, and they can't imagine betting any higher or bringing more money with them. On the opposite end, I've also met a lot of people that they bring $20,000 plus with them to the casino, and they treat it pretty much like pennies, that it's not a big deal to them. If you were to go around and ask every single person that you ran into what their definition of what they thought a low budget was and what they thought a high budget was, I guarantee you're going to get a different number every single time you ask. This is actually something I'm quite surprised that not a lot of people really talk about or even stop to think about, and that is the fact that everybody has their own unique definition of what a budget means to them. What is a lot of money and what is a small budget? Now, when you're in the casino or you're watching videos of somebody's play session, it is very easy to only see the end result. You see the light going off at the top of the machine, you hear the machine making noise and doing the jackpot music and the big jackpot graphic that comes up on the screen. But you always have to stop and remember that that person's definition of money might be completely different from yours, and it's going to play a big role. For all you know, they could spend tens of thousands of dollars every single day at the casino. And at that point, betting that high, it's pretty hard not to get a jackpot. Now, the biggest battle to keep in mind, especially when we're talking about budget and definition, is to remember to not try to keep up with the Joneses. Somebody else's financial path is like your own DNA. Everybody's going to have their own makeup and their own different path that they're on. It is a very dangerous thought to get in your mind if you see somebody betting hundreds of dollars a spin to think to yourself, oh, that looks pretty easy, I can go out and do that myself. You always have to remember that the losses that one gambler gets from their session might not affect them like it would affect you. This is also when I personally get asked, what is a small budget, or what should I bring with me to the casino? It's very hard to actually put a number on that because I don't know every single individual person's financial situation. You may or may not be able to support the budget. Now, this seems very simple and very straightforward, and a lot of you folks out there are probably watching this video like, oh, I knew this information already, but the sad part is we do have to put this out there because a lot of people don't realize. They'll watch somebody spending a big budget and they think to themselves, oh, well, they're always winning, so that must be the key. But they don't know what that person's financial situation is. So always just be cognizant of that every single person is going to have a different definition of what a lot of money means to them. Big point number two, and this is probably the highlight of the video, and we're going to put a really good example up on the screen for you guys, and that is all about relation to bet. This is one of those things that I'm sure once you hear it, you'll be like, oh, well, everybody knows that. That's simple, right? But the sad part is a lot of people tend to forget this. Again, the casino and slot machines have such a hard psychological pull that when many people go into the casino, This logic goes out the window, and a lot of people don't realize it and they don't understand it. But Brantley, the high limit room hits all the time. I see jackpots in there constantly. We're gonna use the game of Double Diamond as an example. The combination of 3 single bars. So bar, bar, bar. On the game of Double Diamond, that combination is gonna pay 30 credits. 30 credits is 30 credits. That is all the machine sees, that is all the machine knows, and no matter where you're at, it's always gonna pay you 30 credits, whether it's on the main floor or whether it's in the high limit room. Now, if you're playing a 25-cent Double Diamond machine and you get bar, 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 you're gonna get 30 credits, which on a 25-cent machine is gonna be $7.50. You go play a dollar denomination Double Diamond machine, you get that same combo, bar, 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 guess what you're gonna get? 30 credits, but now it's $30. Percentage is still the same. You just got the same combo, you're still getting 30 credits, but now it's $30. Now we go into the high limit room. You sit down, you play that Double Diamond machine, it's a $100 Double Diamond machine, and you get that bar, bar, bar. Guess what you're gonna get? 30 credits, but this time it's $3,000. So you're gonna see that light go off. You're gonna see that graphic come up on the screen. You're gonna hear the jackpot music go off. Did you get anything different? No, you still got 30 credits. The only difference is that 30 credits on that machine surpassed the $1,200 jackpot limit that's set by the IRS. So because the machine has to lock up, you're gonna hear the music, you're gonna see the lights, you're gonna see all this going on. And you might think to yourself, well, wow, I see that machine going off all the time. But keep it in relation to your bet. It's still 30 credits. You're getting the same pay table and you're getting the same relation to bet. The big psychological trick to this is you might hear people out there all the time say, well, I always see those machines going off in the high limit rooms, so they must be loose, right? There's gotta be something different. But people forget that you're not putting it into perspective. You're not putting it in relation to what the bet amounts actually are. Just because it crosses that $1,200 threshold more frequently because the denomination is higher, that's why you're seeing more jackpots go off. Ultimately, if you're out there, I hope that you guys already understood this, but if not, I want you to really try to remember that the next time you go into the casino, because this is a big psychological thing and it has a lot of pull on a lot of people. Now, if you've got the money to play higher limits, or maybe you've built up your bankroll, maybe you've had a really good day at the casino and a lot of luck, then yeah, you can comfortably and safely try a higher denomination and a higher bet level. But you really don't want to push it, and always keep in mind to keep it in relation to what you're betting. That brings us on to point number 3, which is choosing your path. This one's gonna have a little fun activity that I want you guys to try to do the next time you're at the casino, and be sure to leave your comments down below after you hear this to let me know what type of path you're on. Ideally, when you go out to the casino, the ultimate goal, of course, is to make a little bit of money. Even if you're going for fun, you want to still try to make some money, right? But we can actually place every single gambler into 2 main categories. And this becomes very important to do on each visit that you do. And again, let me know in the comments what category that you think that you're in. Category number 1 is the entertainment player. You're in this category either by choice or by your budget situation for that particular casino visit. For this group, your focus should mainly just be on fun. Make your time last. Maybe you're not a super big gambler, but you like to go for the atmosphere and for the joy of the game. Now, there are many slot games out there that specifically cater to this category. Now, typically in the live play videos that I do in the library, I usually will specify if a game is really good for an entertainment player. So if you are new here to the channel or want to check out some of my personal live play, be sure to check out the video library. I know for myself, there's a lot of games in this category that I really do enjoy that are more entertainment-based games. Yeah, you might not make as much money off of them, but they are fun, and they are fun to experience the game and kill some time with, and hopefully earn some of those comps and earn some of those points. You might get lucky and get a little kickback occasionally, or at least leave with what you started with. You might also be in this category if your current budget does not allow you to be in the next category. Taking the time to really evaluate your money situation every single time that you go into the casino is really going to be critical and really crucial for success at slots. Maybe you're only going into the casino with a couple $100s or less. Or maybe your casino really just doesn't have any good games that are good for bankroll building. If not, that's okay. Every single casino visit doesn't have to be about heavy hitting and trying to get that jackpot. You might also find yourself in this situation if maybe you have outside financial obligations that you really should attend to first. Maybe you've got a really big bill or something like that that needs covered. It's perfectly okay okay to switch between these categories, but what you really should do, and this is kind of the fun activity, is put yourself in one of these categories the next time you go to the casino. Let's talk about that next category. Now, category number 2, group number 2, is the gambler. Now, obviously, we're going to the casino to gamble, but it's very important to differentiate the two types of players, the entertainment style and the gambler style player, very, very clearly. A true gambler that really is going to fit into this criteria is somebody that is not going to be affected by major loss. You can afford to take bigger risks, you can afford to make bigger bets, you can afford to lose the money, and it's not going to affect you at all. Many popular YouTubers are in this category. They have large budgets and they're not affected by losses. They can afford to proceed when others cannot. You might also find yourself in this category unexpectedly. Say you go to the casino and you happen to win a whole bunch of jackpots, or you win something really big and now you've got extra money that you can play with. Well, now you've kind of transitioned into this category. If you've got an entertainment player's budget and you're trying to heavy hit as a gambler, or you're trying to play those higher volatility games and you're really just trying to knock it out of the park, you can actually find yourself in some hot water pretty dang fast. That also leads us back to emulation. When you see a person at a casino gambling and they're winning all these jackpots, or you see a video online of somebody gambling and they're winning all of these jackpots, do not try to emulate what they are doing, because again, you don't know what their financial situation is and you don't know what their category is, what their path is. Maybe you're an entertainment player, maybe you're out there watching this, you only have $20, $40 and you see a video of somebody and they're hitting jackpot after jackpot after jackpot and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go get the last of my money and try to do that. That's where gamblers can really get into some trouble, is not realizing that the losses that that person suffered might not affect them like it could affect you. So pick your path, pick your category, and stick with your category until you're comfortable moving to the next one. It's your responsibility and your responsibility alone to figure out what path you're on, and take that path very seriously and really just make it a personal choice for what's going to be best for you and your casino visit. These are all things that players seem to toss out every single time that they go to gamble. You might watch this video, you might hear all of this stuff and say to yourself, that's basic. I knew all of this stuff already. But the fact is again, that psychological pull is so strong. People get into the casino and it just completely goes out the window. And there are a lot of folks out there, and maybe you're one of them, that thought like this before seeing this video, that, well, gosh, maybe I should try to bet really high. Maybe I should try to do what some of these other people are doing. And that can get very dangerous very quickly. So stay on your path. Always keep that in mind. Realize and understand that this is a pretty powerful psychological thing, and the pull is definitely very real. Don't get upset when you see players winning all the time and wonder what you're doing wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. They're just on a different path from you, and that's perfectly okay. Work your way up, build your way up. You can't see everybody's financial situation, so never try to base your play on somebody else. Give this video a like, a subscribe would be nice, and I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks so much for watching. Check out these other videos and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more slot tips. It's always free. Visit ropethejackpot.com for free guides and a whole lot more. Catch you on the next episode.